Wow, so spicy. Crying, coughing, and my nose is running.
We're in Chiang Rai, home to some of the most unique temples in all of Thailand.
And after being in the cities for all this time in Thailand, we've escaped to the countryside. Chiang Rai is the northernmost province here in Thailand, and it's already super relaxed. We're going to see the most unique temples here in the province and eat some northern Thai food.
You know, it's actually hard to leave this place. It's so peaceful, but we've been hearing so much about the White Temple. So we gotta go there. It's about 30 minutes outside the city.
And there's also a blue temple and a black temple, or black house. And they should represent like heaven, hell, death, life, something like that. So let's hop in the car and check that out.
Behind me, you see the White Temple. This is one of the most famous temples here in Chiang Rai. They call it the White Temple. Some even call it heaven. It's white to represent Buddha's purity, and it has a bunch of windows, mirrors, maybe?
Mirrors.
To represent his wisdom. So it's about 100 baht to get in, and we're gonna go try to get in line to get our Instagram pic.
And I did see in other videos that it was absolutely packed here at this temple. And now it doesn't seem to be so crowded, probably because of COVID. So that should be very awesome for us. We are now in front of the temple in a cafe. I have a fresh coconut, Denny has a coffee because it's extremely hot here in Chiang Rai. So, if we're completely honest, we are slightly underwhelmed. I think we hyped this temple up in our heads because we've been watching vlogs and blogs and Instagram posts about this specific temple. I also think it's the largest tourist attraction here in Chiang Rai. It's hard to put my finger on why it's slightly underwhelming. I think because it seems more like a tourist attraction / Instagram spot. It just has a different feeling than the other temples we've been to in Bangkok and Chiang Mai, also in Phuket. Maybe you'll have a different experience when you're here. If you had one, let us know. But it is extremely beautiful. I really love all the glass and the mirrors that are in the temple, so it sparkles in the sun. It's beautiful. We're now going to another one, a blue temple, which is less known. There's less people there, so we're gonna check that out right now. Also unique, I think, right?
Yeah,
it's more modern. I think that's also why this temple feels a bit different, because there's lots of abstract art in it. Like you have like hands that are coming up from the ground and heads hanging in trees and all that stuff. So it's like kind of like the ancient temple mixed with new abstract devilish art almost. So we'll see what the blue temple's all about. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Temple of the Dancing Tiger.
Yeah, the Dancing Tiger. So this is a newly built temple. It was built in 2016, and they gave it that name because rumor has it that the old temple that was abandoned here used to have tigers roaming around it. Very cool. But it has the nickname of the Blue Temple. And you can totally see why, because when you're here, it's all blue. And we got blue skies, which would normally be a nice thing, but it's blazing hot.
Yeah.
And Nikki's having some trouble.
But let's see what the inside is about. If we can film inside, we'll see. What's that? It's like a truth-predicting ball.
Rub it and see if you get 3 wishes.
So as you can see, this temple is also very abstract and newer looking. I believe this temple was created by the student of the artist who created the White Temple. like this one.
Yeah, dude, it's very nice. Very artistic.
All right, so this is the Blue Temple. It's very beautiful. Inside you have lots of murals and paintings on the walls and a very large sitting Buddha in the middle, which is very characteristic of temples here. There's always a Buddha or multiple at the end or at the centerpiece.
Yeah, it's very nice, very artistic.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of getting hungry.
And we need some northern Thai food, so we're it's probably gonna be really spicy.
Yeah, but everyone's been telling us northern Thai food is the best. So we're gonna go try to find a restaurant.
Yeah.
And see what it's like.
Our stomachs are still not used to all the Thai food. We've had really upset stomachs for the past 3 weeks, but
we just keep eating and keep getting upset stomachs, and we're just hoping we get used to it.
Let's go. You're so intrigued by this, huh?
Yeah, it's so interesting, right? I don't know what it's for though. So if you know, tell us in the comments. This place, you just pass it on up, you would never know.
No.
There's no parking here. You need to take a motorbike.
Okay, it's closed. It took us a while to find it, so that's a little bit of a bummer, but we're going to the mall here. Malls are pretty big, I guess, in Thailand. You can always find food courts at the top with such good food as well. That's where we're gonna go, babe.
Sounds good to me. We get lots of food.
Yeah.
And the northern Thailand restaurant you've been waiting for? McDonald's.
I promise we won't go to McDonald's, but we do have to kind of see what they have here.
All right, so we just found this area. It's like a grocery store, but they have street food, they have pastries. So before we go to the cafeteria, we're gonna check this out.
Chinese steamed pork. This is pork. Okay.
So we actually didn't realize that this mall has way more food stalls than we thought it had. So we walked around all of them. Most of these are in complete Thai, not English. So we just pointed at something and she said spicy, we said no spicy, and this is what we got. It looks like noodles, banh noodles, a poached egg, pork, some cabbage, some things I don't know what it is. We're gonna eat that. And we walked through the Chinese street food section because it's almost Chinese New Year. You got a steamed bun, and then you got something else. So I guess we're gonna eat this.
Everything looks so tasty, but I did get a little surprise for the ending of our meal.
Alright, so I'll just stir this around. Each soup costs 50 baht, 170, 180. Alright, so there we go. I'm still so bad at eating chopsticks. Ooh, still very spicy. It's very hearty, salty. I always love the broth, and then you have the spoon, you pick the broth up, and it's delicious.
Yeah, so I saw Nikki was putting a ton of spice on the food, so hopefully it's not too much because she let us like kind of do that ourselves. So really suck at eating with chopsticks. It's okay though. It's really hot. It's really spicy. It's like the perfect meal to have after walking around temples all day. But I'm gonna eat this before my eyes start watering and look like I'm crying. So we got a Chinese pork bun. Neither of us have been to China, so we don't really know that much about Chinese food. So I took the paper off the bottom, and that's what you see. Let's try it out. So I like sweet, and this is like sweet, like doughy bread with pork in the middle. Perfect. I told you not to put so much in it.
Wow. So spicy. Crying, coughing, and My nose is running.
It's really tough because we really like spicy foods. So we just keep eating, but I don't know, we kind of wimps when it comes to actually eating it. So it's a dilemma. Okay, so our mouths have finally cooled down enough to where we can go ahead and eat our dessert. We have some puff pastries. I just found them walking around. They look delicious. It's really good. It really smells of chocolate. Chocolate filling. There's like a cream that's inside the pastry. It's actually kind of hard. So you bite into it, it's almost like a croissant the way it falls apart. Lots of sugar, but delicious. All right, that does it for this vlog. Thanks for hanging out with us. The next time you see us, we're gonna be road tripping through northern Thailand. We're in train.
Train?
We're in train.
It's the northernmost province here, and actually, I don't know what I'm gonna say.
Okay. We're in Chiang Rai, home of some.